and I'm still learning. In my 30s, I'm still learning how to stop being a people pleaser, how to have better boundaries, how to say no to people. But I'm in my 30s and I feel like, wow, I feel like I should know this by now. Hi, sweetheart. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and today's gonna pretty much be a vlog video all about starting over at your 30s, how my life has changed ever since I adopted the soft girl lifestyle. So we'll go more into that later, but honestly, it has changed my life. It has caused so much more peace in my life and helped my mental health, especially transitioning from my 20s into my 30s. And that's why I really do enjoy my 30s a lot more than my 20s, even though I did love my 20s as well. Very grateful for every decade of my life. But yes, we'll definitely talk a lot more about how you guys can live a soft girl lifestyle and really prioritize your own health, your own happiness, your own joy. And there's a lot of misconceptions about being in your soft girl era or whatever, but honestly, I think it's really beautiful. So let's get started with the day. Say hi to my cat, Princess. Hi, baby. She's so cute. Okay, so as we talk about the soft girl lifestyle, I'm just gonna put a little bit of eyeliner on. I have some already, but it's kind of, you can't tell on camera. So there's a lot of aspects to the soft girl lifestyle. However, for me, a lot of it has to do with lowering my stress levels and really prioritizing my health and living a more calmer lifestyle compared to really prioritizing hustling and burning yourself out, because I had experienced a lot of that in my 20s. You know, I really, now in my 30s, I know what's really important to me. I know what I cherish. I know how I want to live my life. And I know that a lot of my stress came from, you know, balancing so much in my life, like school and having multiple jobs and trying to make as much money as possible, which is great. I think your 20s is a great era for that, honestly. But now in my 30s, it's like I just know where my direction is. And I also think that marriage made me have a more like softer girl lifestyle. And you don't have to be married, obviously, to have this softer lifestyle, but it has helped me a lot. And it's just about being a lot more gentle with yourself. So ever since really embracing this lifestyle, I love doing exercises that really help my body, especially with strength. Like I love a lot of Pilates and yoga movements like stretching and deep breaths and what's it called? Since I have scoliosis, I really want to align my body, so it's really great for that. And nourishing myself as well, because I feel like in my 20s I wasn't thinking too much about my health as much. Like I wanted to be that healthy girl, but I wasn't, honestly. So now I feel like I'm in that era and I love it. I love it so much. And I think that your 30s is a great time for that, to really take care of yourself. And I think that's why I'm starting over. I'm taking care of myself now fully in so many different aspects. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. It's so beautiful to be able to take care of yourself, prioritize your health, prioritize your happiness. And when you're able to do that, you're also able to show love and take care of others too. That's the beauty of being a woman too. Like I feel like we naturally have these qualities of nurturing and empathy and being a comfort to a lot of people. And that's honestly a beautiful quality. Like as women, like let's remember that. That's not a weakness at all. I think women have so many beautiful qualities. Yes, we are strong, we are empowered, and we have all the potential in the world, but let's not forget the gentleness that women have and how beautiful being gentle and being soft and being feminine and having that empathy, understanding feelings, and having a high emotional intelligence. That is so beautiful to me, and we should never see weakness in that. So your soft girl era isn't really about being a super girly girl or feminine girl. It can be a big part of it, but it's not the main thing. I think the main thing is really slowing down in life and living in the present and nurturing yourself inside and out. Now let's talk about the outer part of being in the soft girl lifestyle. And I think it goes hand in hand with being very intentional and enjoying like simple luxuries too. Like for example, lately I have been loving smelling really good. I didn't really like scents too much in the past, but I think it's really luxurious just having a nice smell. And smell to me, it's very nostalgic. Like my mom smells really good. I don't know what perfume she uses, but she always smells so clean and so classy. So I feel like perfume can attach memories to someone. And I love scents. I love scents so much. So here are some things that I've been using lately that I absolutely love. And it can be a part of your daily routine, because routines are super important when it comes to living a more softer lifestyle. Like not just any routine, but a very relaxing, a very soothing, and a very intentional routine. So you can put on a scent every single day, depending on what you like. So I really love the Chanel Chance perfume. This one, it's very mature, but in a 30s kind of way. Smells so good. I wasn't really wearing too many perfumes in my 20s, honestly. Like I think I used Chance Chanel for 1 year maybe in my 20s, but then I didn't really want to buy it too much because, you know, it is kind of expensive. But I did wear it a little bit, so it always brings back some good memories. And then this one's new. This is all over TikTok and Instagram. It's called the Feminina Hair and Body Sprays. And I wish I can have you guys smell this right now. It smells absolutely beautiful. It's like, this scent is called Marshmallow Blossoms, and I can spray it on my hair. I don't really want to right now though, because like, I don't know, I just don't really, I feel like I already have like a lot going on. I have like hair oil on right now and a lot, but this smells so good. And this is a review of that because you see it all over Instagram, and sometimes we're not really sure if those reviews are accurate, but I can recommend this. It's 10 out of 10. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this as well. And then I've been trying out Scentbird. Obviously this is not sponsored, but they basically send you like a perfume every month, and it's a very like small sample size, but of different brands. I think this one is a Juicy brand, but it smells really sweet. I love sweet smells, sweet and warm. And I think that just goes hand in hand with my personality as well. Some people love a more like sultry smell, more earthy, woodsy smell. Some people love floral. But I think that goes hand in hand with just having something luxurious, something that's very feminine in your routine. And for me, it's been that. I think that, you know, you don't have to have the most girliest aesthetic, but just having like perfumes and hair mists and taking care of your hair. I've been doing a lot of that too as well. Like I have been loving doing my hair every single day, not every day, but like when I am filming or when I'm going out with friends and going to special events, I love doing my hair. I now know how to curl my hair in the way that I absolutely love to. Like, it's so pretty. I love it. I love curling my hair and then brushing it out so it's very soft. But it feels amazing. Okay, this is really interesting. So I was just reading The Atomic Habits, and it says right over here that bad habits are autocatalytic. The process feeds itself. They foster the feelings they try to numb. You feel bad, so you eat junk food. Because you eat junk food, you feel bad. Watching TV makes you feel sluggish, so you watch more TV because you don't have to have energy to do anything. So that's really interesting because it's like, it's a whole cycle of just bad habits that try to make you feel better, but it really doesn't. And that's why I think self-control is really important. And it says here that people with high self-control tend to spend less time in tempting situations. And one way to spend less time in those temptations is to just eliminate the bad habit. And the way to do that is to just reduce the exposure to the cue that causes it. And I feel like in my 20s, I didn't have a lot of self-control. I mean, look, I wasn't like going crazy or anything like that, but it's just, I feel like I've had so much more self-control and more clarity in my life in my 30s, because it's true, when you're not feeling great about yourself, you tend to go into habits that aren't too great for your health or for your lifestyle. And that's why when you have those temptations and when you have those cravings of wanting to do bad habits, I think it's so important to curb those bad habits by making good habits enjoyable. And that's what I've done a lot in my 30s to really help with my mental health and to reduce my anxiety. And this book talks a lot about habit stacking as well. So in my 30s, I have a lot less anxiety than I used to have in my 20s, and it's for a lot of different reasons, but a lot of it has to do with habits. Habits including even something as little as flossing every day, drinking more water, having, a water bottle next to you in your stand so that you can drink water in the morning. I have been really intentional about creating habits that help with my mental health, like having the journal right next to my bed. And I actually don't really even buy physical journals anymore. I use an app called Zinnia, and this has all the different prompts in the world. And I just love having my iPad for everything. So I journal whatever's on my mind, any ideas I have, any triggers that I may have, times when I'm feeling so low, I just write it down here just to get it out of my head, because when we're in our head for so long, we tend to really ruminate over negative thoughts and emotions. And negative emotions are okay, but as long as you get it out. And that can manifest in different ways, like writing songs about it or writing in your journal about those negative emotions, talking to someone about it. Another thing that has helped with my mental health in my 30s is communicating more, because I'm not the best at communicating sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But I think my husband has helped me a lot to communicate, to confront people, to have hard conversations, because that's so hard for me. And I'm still learning. In my 30s, I'm still learning how to stop being a people pleaser, how to have better boundaries, how to say no to people. Like, I still have a hard time with that, and I'm 30 years old. I'm actually 32, not 30, but I'm in my 30s, and I feel like, wow, I feel like I should know this by now. But I feel like life has a funny way of throwing things at you until you actually learn your lesson. Oh no, my light just stopped. Okay, I need to charge this. But until you learn your lesson that these issues are always going to come up in your life. And so I'm still learning. I feel so bad when I have to say no to people. But I've realized that if I try to please everyone, I'm going to actually please no one. And that's happened to me so many times in my life where I'm actually pleasing no one, even though that wasn't the intention at all. It's actually being aware of those things that I have to work on, and not just pushing it aside. Because in my 20s, I was pushing it aside. I was just going about my life, and I was still very much aware in my 20s. I did go to therapy for a little bit in my 20s. I've always been into personal development, but in my 30s I feel like I'm actually living it, whereas in my 20s I was thinking about things but not putting in the action. So I think putting in the action finally in my 30s. So I think, in my late 20s and my 30s is when my life truly changed, because I was putting in the action in all aspects of my life, in my health, in my mental health, in working out, in eating better. And I can go on a whole video on that, but it's very interesting. It's very interesting that we are trying to just live a cleaner lifestyle. These are my cats right here, and they make my life a million times better. They're so cute. They are so cute, guys. They make me feel so grateful for life. And I just feel so grateful in these years of my life and being in my 30s and having cats, having my own space. Although I don't live the most luxurious life, I think that you can do small things in your life that make life feel luxurious. I think that your life can really change as well when you acknowledge the things that you're grateful for. So I try to wake up every single day and at least say like 2 things that I'm grateful for, because that can change your life drastically, especially when you are dealing with a self-loathing or a negative mindset, or not even negative, but I guess you can say like limited mindset. I think throughout the years in my life, I've learned to have more of a, what is it called again? A growth mindset, and to know that anything is possible. You can be whoever you want to be. There's so many possibilities and opportunities in life. And when you say those things every single day, life gets so much better, and you actually do see a lot of those opportunities coming true in your life. And that's when I feel so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this actually happened to me. I was just dreaming about this, or I was just talking about this, and it came true. And that happened a lot these past years, also in my 20s as well. But so much can change in your life when you really adopt that growth mindset. And living that soft girl mindset isn't about, you know, not having goals or not dreaming in life. I think that there's so much you can still dream. You can still have so many goals in life, and you can still want to have the best life possible. But it's really about being intentional and not burning yourself out, and not getting into careers or jobs that are going to take a lot of your time and energy, because you have to know what's truly important to you and what feeds your soul. But people who want to live that soft girl lifestyle choose careers and jobs that still give them the flexibility to enjoy life, to enjoy their family, to enjoy their loved ones, that really serves them and takes care of them. So now let's talk about soft girl careers and jobs that can really help you and give you a more peaceful life. So a soft girl career aligns with a gentle, creative, and aesthetically pleasing lifestyle. So these include a lot of nurturing, artistic, and fulfilling kind of careers. So I'm just gonna name a few careers just because I can make a whole video on this actually, but I'm just gonna name a few because this video is getting kind of long. So let's start off with creative careers. Again, like when you're in your 30s, a lot of us are either advancing in our careers, or we're switching careers, or we're, you know, finally trying to pursue the dreams that we've had ever since we were younger. So if you're a creative, it might look like being a graphic designer, being a social media manager, maybe even being a photographer. I know there's a lot of photographers out there. What a creative and beautiful job. And being a content creator, there are so many people from my high school and even college that like are posting online, and I think it's really encouraging and it's beautiful, and not something that, you know, some people make fun of people who are online, but I think it's so cool just to put yourself out there and to create really beautiful and creative content, or just even inspiring content. Like, it's not, to me, like, I mean, I also do it, but I think it's awesome and I cheer them on. And being a content creator, I feel like can give you a lot of freedom and a lot of flexibility in life, and that's all about the soft girl lifestyle. The next one is having like a more self-care kind of career, or careers that really help others experience self-care. That can be, you know, for me as a massage therapist, I think being a massage therapist has given me the ultimate soft girl lifestyle. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I mean, I don't work 40 hours a week. The earliest I start work could be at 10 a.m. honestly. And that means I can have a morning of self-care. I can actually cook breakfast for myself. I can go to a workout class. There's so much you can do. It has been really beautiful. Of course, as you've seen in my other videos, there's the pros and cons of being a massage therapist, but it's a really gentle and relaxation focused kind of job. So there's that, or an esthetician. You can be a makeup artist. a hairstylist. Those are very like soft girl kinds of jobs. All right, this one is for careers in the wellness and holistic industry. And I've seen a lot of people become Pilates and yoga instructors, even if it's part-time. I think that is so cool. Other people, I think this is, I mean, you can be a therapist. I think being a therapist also is another fulfilling career. And of course, it can come with its own stresses, I know. But one of my best friends, actually, she is going to be an art therapist, and I'm very excited for that. And she is like one of the most, she lives a very soft girl lifestyle, even though she probably doesn't think she does. But you know, she also lives in New Zealand too, so it's a lot more relaxed over there. But she lives a very relaxed lifestyle. Of course, everyone has their own stresses and anxieties, but she goes out, she goes on beautiful walks in New Zealand. She does a lot of self-care, she volunteers, and it's so inspiring to me. And she's barely on social media. That too is very soft life living, in my opinion, because you're not so like consumed in this internet world. But she does love her job as well, and I'm very excited for her to become an art therapist. So if you want more if you want career advice for that specific industry, maybe I'll get her on this channel as well. And then there's also the cozy and nurturing careers, like being a florist, being a librarian, being a barista. And it's a very like cozy or slow living lifestyle. And of course, like entrepreneurship too can give you a lot of freedom in life. And even though of course you're working for yourself, and it's, you know, every single job, it's always going to be hard work involved, but being an entrepreneur is so fulfilling. And especially if you have your own small business, like having an Etsy business, creating your own jewelry, crochet business, all of that can give you the freedom and let you really flourish in your creativity and in your purpose in life. How beautiful is that, guys? And that's all about soft living too, is being in your purpose, being in the flow, being in your creativity, being out your dreams. Very soft girl coded. So entrepreneurship really can give you the life that you want. All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. This video really encompassed what it means to live a soft girl lifestyle and how my life has changed in my 30s once I really adopted this lifestyle and saw the importance of living a more relaxed and a more intentional lifestyle, and also being in my feminine energy. And I can go more into that later, but that has also helped me so much to just relax and to receive help and to receive love. It's beautiful, it really is. And I've definitely seen the growth in these last several years of my life. And you can even look back at my old videos. I feel like I was a completely different person, definitely more confident now. And I've started over in a lot of ways. I had changed careers, I got married, I am not living in a stressful mode anymore, and I'm eating healthier. I think a huge thing was working out, especially during the pandemic. I started working out, and that completely changed my mindset so much. So I hope that this video helped you guys and inspired you to look into soft girl living. You know, I know it's a trend all over social media, but there's so much more to it than just, you know, getting your nails done and looking all feminine and girly. There's so much to this lifestyle that's beautiful to me, and that means so much. So I will see you guys in the next video, everyone. And also, don't forget to watch my new series called The 30s Diary. It basically reminds you all that you are not falling behind just because you're in your 30s, and we're all on our own journey and our own path. So I hope you guys can watch that. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.